All right, so we start with how the word processing software is working to get to know by knowing how the word processing software is working, and we discuss about different tools as well as the groups that we can find. All right, so we talked about these stuffs, and we get to know what are the tools that can be helped to do the different kinds of formattings, right? So now you know how to start the word processing software. So in this case, we are using the MS Word. So it is a Microsoft production. So we are using the 2019 version at my computer. So it can be different in your computer, so it doesn't matter, right? Any particular version which is from 2007 in word processing software, like in MS Word, it supports all our practicals in this lesson, right? So we went through different kinds of tools, and so far what we have done is we talked about this font group, all the details, and we talked about this paragraph group, right? And people I think I have mentioned you like sending a homework like week before, which I couldn't, right? So I'm uploading it now, right? And I'll send you what's the email message that you need to do, or that you need to send me the workings as well, right? So you will be getting the notification, right? So yeah, hold on a second. Yeah. Right. So I have sent you the homework. Later, I will send you the particular wordings as well, right? To do the this particular practical. Yeah, I have sent it to you now as well. So you can download that document, and you can edit the document according to the output that I have given to you. So you can email it to me through the email that I have sent you with your name, right? So the homework is given at the beginning of the class because we have discussed all those things. So let's go to the clipboard, and let's go with these styles as well, right? For to get to know like what kind of styles that we are having. And then you can go to this find, replace, editing, and then we can go to the insert tab, right? Okay, so let me check out the magnifier. All right, so today first I'm going to talk about the clipboard. Clipboard is nothing something special. Clipboard is something very familiar to you, all right? So if I copy some text, let me copy some text from your textbook, all right? So let's have it over here. Okay, so now this is kind of a paragraph that we have, right? And we can increase the font size. And if I need to copy something, like if I need to copy this orientation word from this paragraph, so first I need to select it. Then I can do like copying can be done in many different ways, right? So I can right click and copy it, or I can go to this particular tool on the clipboard group and do the copying, or else I can do the keyboard shortcut. So you can see the keyboard shortcut on the screen, right? So it's like once you've done the selection, if you visit to the copy, yeah, here comes the keyboard shortcut. It's Control and C, right? So Control and C, we are going to press it together. So when we are writing the keyboard shortcut, it's CTRL plus C should be the shortcut, right? So once you copy something, right, doesn't matter whether it is a text or it is a picture or it is any particular kind of object in Word, you will be given the chance to paste it as much as you want, right? So yeah, so done, right? So I can move to the next line by pressing the enter. So I can paste it by right click, and they have given different kind of pasting options over here, right? Can you see that? It has keep source formatting, it has merge formatting option, it has keep text only option, right? So I'm right clicking this, and first of all I'm copying it, then I'm clicking on the next line and I paste it, and I can paste it on different kind of manner. Even there is a new one which is called picture, right? So I can paste it with the source formattings. That means wherever I have copied it, the formats which has already applied to that particular text will be imported or will be considered here when it is being pasted. Or else I can merge the formatting, right? Merge the formatting means like the formattings which I have done already to this particular document will be considered, as well as the formattings from the source is also being considered, and those will be merged together and we'll do the formatting. And copying it as a picture means it is they are copying it as a picture. You won't be able to edit it, right? And keep text only will just keep text only. None of the formattings will be applied, right? Neither from this document nor from the source document, right? So, or else I can use the keyboard shortcut, which is Control and V, which will do the pasting for myself, right? Or else, now whenever you copy something, right? Let's say you have selected this orientation word, and hold on, let me select it properly. Okay, and right click, and let's say I'm going to copy it. So once I copy it, this pasting part is available, or it is been activated. So then I can click on somewhere and I can go to the paste command and I can click on that. So it will be pasted, right? Or else still you can use the most easiest way, which is the keyboard shortcut. So keyboard shortcut is Control plus V, right? So it is taken as the pasting option, right? So that is what is regarding copying and pasting. And cut and paste, Now when you do copy and paste, the original contents stays at that place and I can take a copy out of it. But if you are going to cut it, the original content will not be there anymore, right? If you cut it, that means if I click the right and choose cut, this margins word will be gone from this place, right? And again, you can paste it at any place you want, right? As well as, since it is being copied to the clipboard, I can paste it as much as I want, right? So it doesn't mean like I cut only one particular word, so there can only be a one particular pasting, right? So since it is there on the clipboard, we can paste it as much as we want, right? So that is how copying and pasting is done. Okay, is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, great. So now let's come to the format painter. Now, format painter, like literally, it is capable of painting a format, right? So what you have to do is, now before I use this thing, I'm going to apply a particular formatting for this word common, right? So I'm going to make the size bigger. I'm going to choose a different font type, and I'm going to use underline, as well as I'm going to use a different font color, right? So this particular word now has its own formatting, right? So I can copy this format and apply it to some other phrase or some other letter or some other word, which will be formatted as it is, right? So like, let me click on the format painter. And once I click on the format painter, my mouse pointer is changed. So now it indicates a brush, which indicates now I'm enabling, now the system has enabled the format painter. So if I go and select this A4, it is given the same formatting as the word common, right? If I, now once you like applying the format, after you applying the format, that format painter will be disabled. And it will be disabled after just one format painting, when only you just click it once to apply the paintings. So if you select this and double click on the format painter, then you can apply that format to any particular text at any particular times, like as much as you want, right? So it won't be canceled if you double click on it, right? So I can apply it to this word, can apply it to you, right? Even I can apply it on a particular letter, right? T likewise, right? I can apply it as much as and at anywhere I want. Only on the word processing software, you won't be able to take the carry the formatting to a different application, right? But inside the application, you can copy your paintings or copy your formattings to any particular words you want. And how we are going to disable the format painter, we can simply click on the format painter once, so it will disable. Right, so that is what is there to be done with the format painting part. Okay, so next we are going to move to these styles. Now styles is not in your syllabus to talk about, but I'll show you. Right, so these are some predefined styles, which is given by the word processing software to get help on the documentation. And there is another important aspect of using these styles. It is because it will be very easier for you to create a particular table of content. If you create all your chapters inside your book with these kind of styles. So even though it is a little bit lengthy process, right? You just remember the fact, right? So these styles will help you to build up major components inside a document, like a title, like a subtitle, like a chapter number, likewise. But it's only within the content, or like only within the document, right? And once you apply these things to the particular parts of your document, you can easily go to the reference, and using this table of content tools, you will be able to generate that particular table of content you want. Right, so we are not going that far, right? So let's select some of these things and apply some particular let's apply it. Yeah, so when it says no spacing, it stacks together, right here. And if it says heading, so they have created a heading with light blue color, yes, kind of a blue color formattings, right? And if you go for the title, the font size will be bigger, right? Subtitles, right? If you go something like this, it will be like this, right? So likewise, you can apply the different types of styles for the details that you want. All right, so if you want to learn how to create a table of content, there are so many videos in the internet, right? So you can go step by step of creating the table of content. In our syllabus, we don't have such things, so I'm not focused on that. So next, what I'm going to focus is the find and replace thing, right? So before that, I need to go for a previous place where all of our the document is without any particular formattings. They're just managing the things as normal, right? So let me take it to the previous one. The button that I'm using to do that is called the undo button. So from undo button, we can go step by step backward, likewise. Right, so I can do the redoing as much as possible. This doesn't mean that always you will be able to undo the things limitlessly. It has a certain limit, right? From that point beyond, it will deactivate by itself, right? And this is what you call redo mode, right? So redo, type in. It will take you step by step forward from an older page, or like from an older level in your document. Right. So yes, what do you know? Okay. So after these styles, we go to the find replace, right? And select is also there, which is not a very essential one, right? Or like it is something very general, right? So let's go to the find, replace, those tools, right? So finding will help you to find any particular word or particular letters inside in particular condition, right? So if you are given this kind of a paragraph, so you should be able to figure out what kind of things, or like what kind of components or what kind of words that need to be changed. So it can be done accordingly. So how to find things over here, right? So if you want to find things, first of all that you have to do is go to the find command. Now find command is over here, right? Go to the find command, and then here in the 2019 version, I think this facility was there in the 2017 one as well. So somehow this left panel is open, so you can give any particular word. So that those will be highlighted on the screen, right? So in simple terms, if I say PA, right, it will highlight the page as well as paper. Right, and if you want to manage this thing, or like if you want to find anything else, it's the same way that you can use over here. It is just highlighting. Right? Okay, Udan. So Udan says it's 213, 216, and 219 has this facility. Okay, then after that, the replace one, right? So according to the any particular typing that we are doing, it will highlight. If we want to replace it, so it will find the replace box. Yeah. So like in the replace box or like replace window, there's find tools as well. So same way, or like much secure manner. In replace, what you are going to do is you are going to find again any particular letter or any particular phrase or any particular sentence, right? So much better if you do these things in shorter form. So once you are like put like, let's not put PA, let's put YO, right? So from that, so I can give the replace phrase, like instead of you replace me word, right? So if you are done with these two, then you need you have some particular buttons, right? So it's first one says replace, second one says replace all, third one says find next, and last one is the cancel, right? So here what I'm saying is replace the word you instead of I replace the word me instead of you, right? So let's do this and see what is going on. All right, so hold on. Yeah, now let's see. There are, how many U's were there? There's only one U. Let me. Yeah, let's go with U. It doesn't matter. No, but let's take the word margin because it has been repeated many different times. I just say MAR, not the entire word margin, and I'm replacing with 1, 2, 3. Right. So now we are going to do first replace. Let's first search this and see how many MARs are there. So yeah, it says margin is indicated. Right. So the where is this final place? Okay. Right, MARs need to be replaced with 1, 2, 3. I click on replace now. Yeah, you can't see anything happens. Right, so but you can easily see now this particular phrase MAR is replaced with 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it indicates where the margin is MAR, and yes, so it shows what happens. So this is different, right? These things have been different, as well as that one is on there. Yes, only these 3. Okay, people, so is it clear how to find and how to replace, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
likewise, you can find and replace in many different ways. Yeah, any questions?
No questions, sir.
Okay. Let's move forward. Yeah, people hold on a second. Okay, so yeah, we are done with the home ribbon, right? So now you know how to handle the clipboard, the font, the paragraph, the styles, and the editing part. And now we are moving to the tab called insert. Now in insert tab, it is there to insert many different objects into your Word document, right? So object in the sense it can be a picture, it can be a graph, it can be a particular post, right? It has that. So inside the insert, there are several groups over here, as you can see, right? There is a group called what, pages over here. Another group called tables, illustrations, add-ins, lights, right? So we are not going to insert all those things, people. We are going to get to know about like the basic stuff of the word processing software. Right, so let's quickly go with the table. And I'll come to this cover page, blank page, and page breaks. Right now, in the table, once you click it, it will give you a certain matrix. And that matrix will be highlighted when you move your mouse inside that matrix. So once you apply that particular, your requirement regarding the table, right? How you are going to determine the requirement according to the table, like what kind of table that you want. So it's regarding your requirement, right? So it shows how many rows and how many columns that you need, right? Simple as that. But even though this facility gives you to start a particular table, it is essential to mark those things. Like it has a limit inside it. Like if you think about a horizontal side, there's only 10 columns, right? If you think about a vertical side, again, hold on, isn't it 10? 3. Yeah, it's 10 columns and 8 rows, right? So it's the maximum that we can take out of that predefined matrix. Otherwise, we will be able to create a new table in a very easy manner. Right, so let's do and see both. So if I goes like this, yeah. So this is the right. So this is how the table is there, right? So when you create a table, you will be getting 2 new tabs over here: table design, table layout, right? People, give me a second. I'm getting disturbed today. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry for that. So once you have drawn a particular table, it is given two new tabs, which is called table design and layout, which will help us to manage a table, right? So once you design or once you draw a table, you can apply any of these patterns or like any of these colorings from the table design tab, right? And if you want, you can modify it by your own, right? By using these shadings, right? So you can select any particular columns and you can apply different types of shadings. Right, so likewise. Right, and as well as you can change the border style, right? But if you change the border style from here, it won't apply on the table at once, right? It's like you can select the entire table from this icon over here. Once you click on that, the entire table will be selected, all right? And if you change the border style into this, it won't change. So either I have to draw it, which is a little bit teasing, or else I can extract this quick launch box, right? So from that, I can tell apply to all this particular border, and I can say okay. So it is being applied. Right? So then the entire, the width of all the borders will be changed. Right? So likewise, you can change the border style if you want. Right, and otherwise you can use the border painter and paint the borders, right? So if you want a different border or a different border style from here, you can choose one of those, and once you click it, you can change your borders into that particular one. Okay, so likewise, you can change the borders, right? And you can change the pen colors as well from here. So then when you are changing the borders, the border color will be taken from that particular level. So if you want to get rid of the border painting, you can click on this icon. So it will change it back to the normal level of the mouse pointer, not the painting pointer will be there. right? And as well as, like, that's the designing part. And when it comes to the layout part, there are different kinds of things in this layout, right? So the general thing that we can do, or that we can change to, or like that we can apply to a particular table, is that we can apply, like we can insert a particular column or a row just by selecting a cell. Even when it comes to the tables, you don't need to select a particular row or a particular column. You just click on a cell and right click, and you can go for the insert, right? So it has insert column to left, insert column to right, insert rows above, insert rows below. So both the column and the rows can be add up, as well as you can insert some cells if you want, right? So if you click on anything, it will ask this small question from you, right? So excuse me. So what it says is, it is asking how the insertions should happen, right? Is it by shifting the cells to the right, or is it by shifting the cells to the down, or is it an entire row that you need to insert, or an entire column that you need to insert, right? So selecting entire row or entire column will definitely give you a new column or a new row. But if you choose shift cell right over here, right, then press OK, see what is happening. See, now it has insert a new row, and what happened to the cells? It is been shifted to right, right? And look what happens when you insert a particular cell. And if you're given the chance, or like given the option of saying shifting cells down, right? So I'm at the second cell over here, right over here. So I'm pressing OK. See what has happened. Earlier it was like this. After entering a new cell, it is like this. So this means entering a cell and moving the things to the downwards means you are creating a new row again, right? But it actually shift, or like inserted, right? Now you can see two ash color cells over here. Earlier there is only one, so the new one is the other gray color cell, right? So this kind of insertion will be happen when you are dealing with the cell. But when you are dealing with the rows and columns, that doesn't matter, right? So if you click over here, and you can use these buttons as well, or the commands. You can say insert right, so you're going to have new line at the right. If you say insert left, you're going to have a new line at the left. All right, and insert above, insert below, right? So likewise, rows can be easily updated. So likewise, you can change your table, right? And you can make a nice outfit, or like a nice output, with the help of these borders and all these things, right? And over here, you can select some of these cells by clicking and dragging. And then you can use merge cells to merge all the cells together, which you have selected. So merging means adding those things together. Right, so that is what you mean by adding, merging actually, right? So likewise, you can merge any number of cells. can merge horizontally, you can merge vertically, right? Likewise, you can do the merging part. And as well as for any particular cell, you can do the splitting part as well. Splitting means you are going to divide it again. Now, this big merged cell, if I split it, right? If I go to the split cells, and if I say, okay, take, let's say 3 column, and it's not allowing you to create 2 rows, because earlier the merging has happened along 3 rows. So either it is 1 row or it's going to give you the maximum 3 rows, right? So if I create 3 rows and press OK, this is how it happens. 3 columns, 3 rows over here. Right, so if I want to delete this cell into 2 parts, I can split it like 2 columns, 2 rows, and 1 column, I can say. And there it goes, 2 columns, 2 rows. Right, so likewise, splitting can be done. As well as if you want to split the table, you can split the table from the cell that is being selected. That means from the current positioning of the cell. Right, so like if you place your the cursor in the middle of the blue color cells right over here, and then you can say split table. So splitting will be done like this. All right, so hold on. There are 2 tables now. Those have went one top of the other. Yeah, there you go. Right, so 2 cells, 2 splittings will happen. All right. Right, so it has happened from the place where I have placed my cursor. Right. So this is the cursor earlier. This is the place where the cursor was earlier. And once I split it, it splits from the same thing, right? Or the same place where my cursor was. Okay, is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, people, is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay, great. All right. So that's what we have to learn regarding the table, right? There is this the column width and the row height as well, and some alignments. I'll go through that as well. So like if you want to increase your cell size, right? So let me place my cursor over here, and I'll go to the layout, and from this it gives me the height of a row. So if I increase it, it will increase the height of a row. Right, so if you select 2 cells or like 2 rows, it will help you to increase the value of both the rows, right? And the column width goes the same way, right? So it is started from a small value and you can spread it. right? So that is how the column width and the height of, or the row height, is going to work. And yeah, let me delete one of these tables. Yeah, when you are deleting the table, always remember, like, you can select the table by using this icon at the left top corner. And if you just press the delete button, it won't delete. So now I'm selecting it and I'm pressing my delete button. It is not deleting. Delete button will delete only the contents. If I click this and I click on the delete button, it will delete only the content. Right? So like, if you want to delete a table, select the table, and from here in the delete command, you are given the chance to delete the table. And once you click on that, everything from that table will be gone, right? Or like the entire table will be deleted. Okay, so inside the table, right? Inside the table, when you have contents, right? So if I can adjust the table height from this as well, right? And you can see how the placement of the data over here, right? To work. Right, so you can see the placement of the cell. So you can change the placement using this, right? Using these commands, and there are 9 placements over here, like, which is a horizontal alignment as well as the vertical alignment is there, right? So in the top row, at the middle, or at the bottom, you can arrange. So at the top, you have left, center, and the right. So at the middle, it goes the same way, right? So at the bottom, it goes the same way, right? So likewise, you can change the content, the placement of the content, as well as from here, you can change the directions. So if you concentrate on this ABC in my table, once I click on this, it will change the direction. And you have to click on that to change the way it is appear, right? There's only 4 ways: towards the down, towards the up, and towards the right. Only 3 ways, right? Down or up or right. Right, so likewise, you can change it. And this data thing, we are going to talk about it when we are doing the Excel, right? So that is what is you have to learn regarding the table. Okay, so after the table, the next important thing is the picture, right? So let me take out the table and these things, right? Okay, so when you are entering a picture or like inserting a picture, you can click on this So in 2019, as well as in the previous versions, it gives you two options, which is you have to choose it from this device, or you can choose it from the online pictures. But sometimes in the previous versions, it will directly open a browsing window, right? So from that window, you can find a place where you are going to find the pictures. Right, so let me, goes over here. And let me take a picture of microbit. Right, so I can select any one picture or a group of pictures, and I can press insert. So for the moment, I just select one particular picture like this, and I insert it. So this kind of a picture will be there. So when you insert in a picture, it will be here according to its original dimension, right? As well as when you insert a picture, you will be getting a new tab called picture format. It is something very similar, which you are getting a table format tab when you insert a table. And the most important thing, when you insert a picture, these dots, which stays at the corner, will help you to reduce the size of the picture. But once just after you insert a picture, you won't be given the chance to move it easily. It won't be very easy to move. So that moving part, or like moving can make easy by choosing this layout option over here, right? So at the right side of your picture, you will be given an icon like this saying it is the layout option. So once you click it, you will be seeing different kinds of layouts. So the layout that the picture is having already is in line with text. So we can have square layout and tight, through, and top and bottom, and behind text and in front of text. So according to your need, you can manage your picture onto one of these things. Right now, as an example, if I take square, and if I make my picture smaller, I can move my picture now through this paragraph. Right, so it will be arranged like this. If I move it over here, it will goes like this. Right now, if I now when you are considering the pictures, there are two types of pictures that we always dealing with. One is PNG type pictures, right? So PNG type pictures will help you to manage the picture borders, or the picture margins, right? The other one is the JPG type of pictures, which is always created with a square or a rectangle margin. It is a predefined margin that we have. So like, yeah, this is PNG. Let's see whether it is working. So I click this and say insert. Yeah. So as you can see, if I manage this picture, if I make the text wrapping as through, right? So if I move it, can you see the difference? the letters are also being arranged in that manner, like the picture borders limitations, with the picture border limitations. Right, so that is what you call PNG picture. And in a PNG picture, you can keep a square. You can ask the letters to arrange as a square, or else you can go with this through particular thing. Right, and there are many options, like you can have the type. Right, so you can have top and bottom. If you make it top and bottom, the contents will be split to the up and down, not from the sides. Right. So yeah, likewise, the text can be arranged with the text wrap or the layout option command. And when it comes to this particular images, like something with a background, we can format that background right as we want. And I put this as top and bottom. So we can do the corrections. We can say remove background, right? And it will automatically select what kind of background is going to go. So if it is satisfying us, we can say it is okay. So we can just use this, right? So, or else we can do the brightness corrections from here, right? So if you want to make it darker, you can make it darker, or if you want to make it lighter, you can make it lighter, right? As well as you can change the colors. Yes, Sudan. Yes, there are so many artistic effects. And so likewise, you can change the colors. Even you can make it as a black and white one. Right, and moreover, you can set a transparent color if you want. So like transparent color means now I think you can see there's a yellow background and the white flow these equipments are. People give me a second. Right, so if you want to make any particular color disappear, which we can consider as making a transparent, we can take set transparent color and you can see the mouse pointer changes into kind of a magic wand type, right? So now if I click on this yellow color area, it's going to be a transparent, right? It is not that much applied. Hold on, I'll take a solid color. Let's think about this this one here. It's resolution ready. let's try it with this. Yeah, did you see that? It's like when you take the set transparent color, click on the base, see that gray color base now stays as white, right? And if I change the this particular one in front of the text, you can see the text through that. Can you see that? That's the text, right? So that means it is being transparent. All right, so you can reset your picture like once after you done all the formattings for that. Resetting will take the picture into the natural place again, right? And those are the corrections and coloring part that we can do. And from here, it is helping us to have a border, right? So different kinds of borders are there. So you can choose a border accordingly, right? And here you are given the chance to color your border using picture border colors. Right, and some picture effects like effects that they have made already, right? Like it is carved into a glass, or like change the angles and all these things, right? And you can add a shadow if you want to the picture, not to anything else. Let me reduce the size so you can see it clearly. Right, you can give a glow. Right, so these kind of changes can be done to a picture if you want. Right, and when there are more than one picture, we have to maintain the order of the pictures if we are overlapping them one at the top of another. Right, now this particular picture is at the top and this is at the bottom. So if you want to take the other picture to the top, either you can right click this top picture and say send to back, likewise, or else you right click on the picture and you can take it, like bring to front, so it will be at the front. Right, so likewise you can change the order of the pictures with help of this wrap text option, as well as this send to back, bring to front options. Right. Okay. So are we clear with this, everyone? How to manage with a picture?
Clear, sir.
Okay, so there will be some practical. So I have already sent you a practical to try on the at home. Right, so after that, I will give you some practical to deal with the pictures and tables, right? So then again, from this will help you to rotate the picture, like clockwise and anti-clockwise, or to your right and to your left. And this is what you call flipping. Now, flipping can be easily understood with the help of this. Right? So flip vertical means like we are flipping things like from the top to the bottom. Right? That is what you call flip vertical. And flip horizontal, it is like flipping things from left to the right. Right? It's not a rotation, people. Right? Vertical is like from top to bottom. Horizontal is like left to right. Right? So those things can be done, as well as the using this crop tool, we can crop a particular picture and take what the part that we want. Right? So I click it, and if I click on the crop, I'm getting these black edges around the corners as well as at the middle. So now we can, like by clicking on that particular one, click and I can drag it. So it is slowly taken out what is around it. Like we won't be able to crop in a very sharp way, but we can. And by moving the picture here and there, we can define what kind of a thing, or like what kind of portion of the picture that is going to be shown. Right? So you can crop it as well as you can move it, and you can press enter to apply. So now it is only this part. Right? So that's how the cropping works. So let me take out the border. So let me reset this picture. Okay, so from this and this is called the shape height, and this is called the shape width. So if I'm changing that, it will automatically change the width as well. When I'm adjusting the height, it adjusts the width as well. Right, so that is what you can do regarding the picture. And in the insert column, there is something called shapes. Right, so different kinds of shapes are here. Right, so like a picture, you will be able to click on particular shape and you can click and drag to draw that. Right, so again, likewise, you can draw many different kinds of pictures. I'm sorry, shapes, right? So like it will be getting a particular tab called formatting the shape. And most of the facilities given in the given for the pictures will be here. And I'll show you something new to you. So here there is something called edit points or change shape. So you can change any shape into a different kind of shape, or else you can edit the points. So if you want to edit the points, do it carefully. Now, once you click on that edit point thing, you will be given these kind of small squares around the particular shape. So now you can click and drag. So like it will completely change the shape of the picture. Right? So these white squares to make the curves. Right? So likewise, it can be done. And this 3D model is something new to the word. I think it's a feature which introduced with the 2019 version. So I can take a 3D model for this. If I'm going to take. Yeah, I'll take this aeroplane. Right, so the 3D model is will be imported. Okay, there you go. So unlike the right, so unlike the picture, we can rotate this 3D as well. Right, so likewise, you can change your model. Right, we can take a copy of anything very quickly by pressing the control button and clicking and dragging. Right, so you will learn the tricks. So you can manage your 3D model like this. Right, and there is something called pan and zoom, people. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's getting bigger and smaller. That is what you call pan and zoom. Okay, and as well as there is something called smart art. Now, smart art is it is all about creating particular documentary or like particular summarized work. Right, so once you click any one of those, so when you say okay, right, people can add the components over here. Right, or else you are given the chance from here. So they are going to be illustrate the thing in a very attractive manner. Even when it comes to the this particular smart art, they are giving you a particular picture palette by the color palette, right? So you can change it accordingly. Okay, so is that clear about the smart art? And if you want to have something on the same level, right? So let's consider this as 1, 2. Right, so likewise, so if you want to add something like in between x, y, z and 1, so you have to go for the changing points, right? So after the 1, you can press enter, and you can take the new one. Okay, and the smart art has its own color palette. To do any changes, right? So now in the insert tab, Charts, we are going to discuss it with the Excel lesson. So I'm not going to discuss the charts in here, but remember, you can add a chart from a word processing software as well. Right, and the headers, footers, and the page numbers are the next. Right, so if you think about the header comes at the top of the document, right over here. Right, and if you type something on the header, the beauty is whenever you are taking a new one or a new page, the header will be there as it is. Right, so you need to change only one particular header, so it will change all other headers accordingly. Page number goes the same way. So if you want a footer, you can create a footer. Right, so it will show on every other place as the footer. So like remember, when you are in the footer and the header, you won't be given the chance to edit this content. Okay, people, is that clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Right. So yeah, so I can close the header footer from here. Right, and once you close the header and footer, you won't be able to edit the header and footer. Right, if you want to edit the header and footer, you have to double click on that area, or else you have to go to the insert tab and activate the header and footer. Right, so you can click on the header and you can take edit header. Okay, so with that, I'm going to sum up the session, people. So we talked about the insert tabs, table, pictures, shapes, smart add, and all these things, as well as headers and footers. So we are almost done with the insert tab. We have to talk about this text box and the equations and symbols. So then we can go to the mailing part, which illustrates you the mail merge. Right, so to discuss that, I'll see you on next week for the same time with the word practicals, and please go through the practical that I have sent you, right, and do it and send it to me. Right, you can ask anything if it is not very clear with you. Right, so practice it. I'll send you a new one as well. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to end the session from here. I'll see you on next week, and we'll continue with the practicals, right? Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir. God bless you. Goodbye, sir.
And what's our lesson?
Right. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And what's our lesson?